You know, when I really sit down and think about what Nintendo means to me, it means my pastime. It means a lot. I own a lot of their systems. I just think their games are fun, and they strive constantly to change what the video game industry is, and I think that's something to live by.
They make very creative and innovative games.
All I did was play Nintendo games.
The experience of playing games on the Nintendo systems with my family and friends, I think that as a younger child it really affected me, because getting around the Nintendo with my family with the controllers, it really was a thrilling, exciting thing to do.
So, when you go and look back, Nintendo is it's just great. I don't know what I would do without Nintendo. I don't know. Probably wouldn't make me the person I am today if there was no Nintendo. As you've just heard, Nintendo is a company that has changed my life. Their constant strive for innovation in the video game industry is a strive to live by. But where did it all start? Today we take a look back at the rise, fall, and recent resurgence of my favorite company of all time. On September 23rd, 1889, Fusajiro Yamauchi founded the Nintendo Playing Card Company. Before their video game ventures, Nintendo made homemade playing cards called Hanafuda. By the mid-1900s, Nintendo was looking for a change. After a success in arcades from their hit game Donkey Kong, Nintendo started to develop gaming systems. The Nintendo Entertainment System, released in 1985, was a roaring success for the company, and Nintendo began releasing handheld and home systems throughout the remainder of the 80s and 90s.
One of the greatest success stories of all time. Imagine it. Without them, you'd have like a deck of Nintendo cards and that would be it.
Systems included the 16-bit Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the portable fun of the Game Boy, and the 64-bit Nintendo 64. Notable games released in the decades included Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, the Pokemon franchise, and Super Smash Bros. It was clear that Nintendo had found its calling, but with every system passing, Nintendo was slowly losing steam. By 1995, Nintendo would blemish their handheld line of systems with the Virtual Boy. The fake eye-popping 3D gimmick and the red and black straining goggles would lead Nintendo to discontinue it in less than a year.
The Virtual Boy only had 2 colors on it, and there were not many games, and it was just a bad system overall.
2001 would also blemish the company, as the newly released Nintendo GameCube was underpowered compared to other systems at the time. Although it had a stellar selection of games, it was no match for the faster, DVD-playing counterparts.
The cube took up way too much space. Like, you can't be like, here's my cube.
The GameCube was probably not as successful because the PS2 was very successful at that time, and many people thought one console was enough.
This would lead Nintendo into a period of distress in the early 2000s. It was clear that Nintendo's innovation was gone.
This is Nintendo DS.
While planning for their next systems, Nintendo would rely less on power and more on exhilarating fun. The Nintendo DS brought dual screens to the table and became an instant hit.
The first system I ever got from Nintendo was the DSi XL. I got it's like the 25th anniversary Mario Bros. Special edition. That was cool. I'd say my favorite game from that was probably Mario Kart DS. Still think it's the best Mario Kart game ever.
In the home market, the Nintendo Wii ditched the conventional controller and used a motion-controlled remote. The packing game, Wii Sports, was enough to get everyone off the couch in 2006.
Okay, so the Wii, that was the first system that I ever played on with Nintendo.
I played Wii Sports often, and it was cool.
It's more sleek, less cubular.
I think the biggest thing the Wii did was the motion controls, because everyone kind of like raced to get it because they thought the motion controls were really good, and they were for the time.
The Wii reached a larger demographic, so many people played it and became very popular, so I think the Wii was a good decision.
By 2008, Nintendo had been fully revived. The following years would lead the company into uncertainty, with the new consoles Wii U and 3DS. While not as successful, Nintendo made profit and yearned for another hit.
I kind of faded out of Nintendo for a few years and just didn't really care too much for all the new consoles just because I didn't really get the interest that a lot of people did, I guess.
The Wii U probably didn't sell well because many people thought it was just like an add-on to the Wii that was very expensive, and there wasn't much reason to get it.
I believe they have seemed to have found that in their new re-released Nintendo Switch. The Switch takes handhelds and home systems and combines it into one great experience that you can take anywhere.
With the big resurgence, I think, when the Wii U, they took everything wrong with the Wii U, and then they fixed it all with the Switch, and then they made it better.
The Nintendo Switch looks great because the Legend of Zelda game looks great, and there's a bunch of others in the future that look fun.
The Switch is out and it's really good. I haven't actually played, I don't have my own one, but I've played it before and it's really good.
Nintendo's games have been very fun and they take up a lot of time and they're just enjoyable, and it's one of the many things I enjoy.
It's clear that Nintendo is stable for now, and I hope they churn out great games after game to appease gamers of all ages. One thing is for certain though, without Nintendo, I wouldn't be the person I am today, and their strives for innovation in video games have made me a better person.